I am Ashley. I've been with F3 for 3 years as an IT support specialist. And I'm going to kind of go over what a day is like as an IT support specialist and working on the help desk. And the most important thing about my job is building and maintaining relationships with customers. So it's not just a transactional experience. I'm going to kind of talk about the typical day assisting restaurants with POS systems and networkings, and then also the importance of building and maintaining relationships with our customers so it doesn't feel like a transactional experience, which to me is so important. We at F3 help specialize tech for business, especially in the hospitality industry, and we assist with like networking, IT infrastructure, and help implement cloud-based POS systems, and we're just trying to help as many restaurants as we can. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing. Our team assists restaurants with their POS and networking, kind of by being a lifeline for them and fielding their calls, texts, and emails to help them with a lot of post-live items, such as printers and terminal issues, reporting questions or discrepancies, menu updates, check and payment issues, networking, you name it. You have an issue, we're there to help you, and we are your lifeline during those really busy and stressful times. An experience off the top of my head, and something that we deal with a lot, for example, is I had a customer call the other day around 7 p.m., so that's the rush, the dreaded rush for everyone, and their terminal was down and their printer wasn't working. That terminal wasn't sending food to the kitchen, so it's of course, a time when you start to panic. You're in the middle of this, you can't print customer receipts. They had tried restarting. They had tried a couple things by the time they called us, and they were definitely in a panic. Thankfully, that is something that I deal with every day. So for me, I'm kind of their source of calm. And I'm like, okay, let's go through these steps that we need to go through that are usually, common errors. We went through a couple of them and found out it was the Wi-Fi, because when Wi-Fi and Ethernet is on, it can take your terminal down. So we got that fixed in under 5 minutes. Took their stress away so that they could, have a great rest of the night, and their servers were so happy. And it's things like that that cause others a lot of stress that for us we see so often, and we can get it fixed for you so quick. So one of the most important things that we do on the help desk, and I do as an IT support specialist, is not only, fix issues, but it's to build and maintain relationships with our customers. You call in on a busy night, you're stressed, everything's going crazy around you, and you have an issue that you're trying to fix. There's nothing like picking up the phone to a friendly voice that you can banter with for a second, who knows your location, who knows how you operate, who knows you, and you don't feel like just a number waiting in line. It's someone that you recognize, that you've spoken to, and I can jump right into helping you fix this issue. And again, you just don't feel like a number waiting in line. And when you work in restaurants, time is everything. And when you have a restaurant full of guests waiting on you to get this issue fixed, your staff is staring at you, whatever it may be, having a friendly voice and someone that you know is so important. And it truly makes all the difference in a support experience. We do not do transactional experiences. Your problem is my problem. When you call in, I care about you, and I care about helping fix these issues, because I've been there. I worked in the restaurant for 10 plus years before I started this job. So I know what it's like to be in that situation. We aren't reading off scripts, we are truly in that moment, listening to you, caring about your problems, and doing our absolutely best to help fix them. And, kind of a good example of this is that we have a restaurant group who they've been with us since I started at the company, and they recently changed management. But I know all of their staff that calls in. I knew their management really well. So some of the staff actually moved into the management positions, and they were a bit overwhelmed. But, I know their back end like the back of my hand, and I know all of them. I know how they operate. So we were actually able to help kind of train these new managers on how everything was working and how the managers were doing things before them, so that we could help ease that transition and really take that stress level down where we can. everyone has their own stresses with work. So we do our best to help you with that, with the knowledge that we have, because we've built and maintained these relationships. Another really good example is another restaurant that has been with us for so long, and I know their employees and their staff so well, especially their ops manager, who is a wonderful person. And he was having some network issues. So we had been he had been emailing with another agent on the desk, but we debrief every day. We talk about what's going on in the desk. We're a smaller team, so we really get to know our customers. And I knew what was going on with this customer without me having even talked to them. So when they emailed in one day and I grabbed that email, I already knew what was going on. He didn't have to repeat himself and go through the whole story. I was able to just pick up where the other agent left, and because they were on PTO, we all deserve PTO. And yeah, I was able to pick up, and we were able to get them their networking issue figured out. I was able to schedule time with them, and we were able to jump on, have a friendly conversation, and get their issue fixed without any issues, without them having to again wait in line. So it really helps to knowing your restaurant like the back of my hand. Really helps to create that seamless experience for our customers. Thank you for watching, and if you need more details, contact sales at f3tech.io.